Some quick disclaimers before you go into this video. The cars that are in Season 9, the Divine Edition, the 2 new Nobles, the anything added, the cars that were in Season 9, the new GTR in the Motor Pass, none of those will be going in at launch. Those will be in Motorfest December. So bear that in mind. Anything in Season 9, the Audi RS7, the Audi RS2, the Audi RS3, those cars aren't going to be in Motorfest till December in Season 2 of Motorfest, the Hoonigan season. Also, some of these cars, all of them, might be added later, right? So, like, bear that in mind, any of these could return. And the last thing is, here's my socials. I'm on all of these platforms, and I do all of this stuff, so, like, if you're on any of those, just check them out. I'll leave them there. I don't want to bog you down with plugging during the video. There you go. Into the vid.
What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and I'm here today to discuss a simple thing. We know that there is so many new cars in the Crew Motorfest. In fact, here is my full list of all the new cars. It's on screen right now. That's a lot of new cars. That's all the cars that aren't in the Crew 2, but will be in the Crew Motorfest. So the new to the Crew licenses. That's the full list, fully complete. But that list doesn't account for the fact that there is many cars in the Crew 2 that won't be going into the Crew Motorfest. But do you want to check those cars out yourself? Well, head down there, subscribe, because closer to launch, up to 5 subscribers are going to be winning a copy of Motorfest, with 1 extra copy per 10,000 subscriber milestone. We're up to 2 at the moment, so subscribe. It would be very much appreciated. But yes, there is many vehicles missing from the Crew Motorfest. In fact, the total count currently is at 37. Some of them are weird. Some of them make sense. Some of them don't make much sense. And are we gonna see any of these return? Well, the first one on that list is this thing right here. The MV Agusta Brutale. Which kind of sucks, because I did kind of like this bike. As far as bikes go, one thing I also want to say, I kind of really prefer the Crew 2's bike physics, but the MV Brutale won't be going into Motorfest. In fact, MV as a whole will not be present in Motorfest. That indeed includes the F4R RMV, the other MV in the game. This is our second on the list of cars not transferring. This one's interesting because it was actually a added bike. I believe both the MV bikes were added. And this bike specifically was actually the best in street until they added the Fireblade. So it sucks to see this thing go as well. 2 bikes, you know, overall, it's always going to suck to not have new vehicles. It's an Italian brand as well, which we'll see with some other things coming up that Italian seems to mean something to these cars pulling out. Oh god, I keep crashing. All in all though, I think, chat, MV not being in the game, I mean, it's an L, sure, in the form of just like, sucks to not have a car, but are we really gonna miss them? Like, are we really gonna miss them? But on to the next thing, which again is a bit of a weird one. And of all things to not be transferring to Motorfest, one of the boat companies. So not only are we not getting MV Agusta, the Italian motorcycle company, but we're also not getting, now, I think I'm gonna shed a tear, chat. I think, what might end up being the newest Supra, because everyone's gonna want it back in the game so bad. The one I'm gonna be really sad that we don't have anymore, chat. Can we get a moment of silence, chat? Because we're not gonna have the aeroboat. F's in chat, boys. F's in chat. Boys, I know we're gonna miss it. I know we're all gonna be distraught. But the aeroboat will not be in Motorfest. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know when this became Star Wars, actually. Why did it become Star Wars out of nowhere? What was I? Where? How did it? What was I even singing in the first place? When did it become Star Wars? Right. Yes, the British boat manufacturer Aeroboat will not be in Motorfest with their SV12. Out of all of these, it's probably the most whatever. And we still got the 1414 Demon, so who cares? We got one mini yacht, so why care about this mini yacht, right? Now, the next one on the list is one that people are probably gonna be actually pretty upset by. See, there seems like a general rule that Motorfest has done. Any spec that doesn't feature an official license of any kind has been removed. And because of that, probably one of the most upsetting to go is the helicopter. The helicopter will not be in the Crew Motorfest. We won't have the helicopter at all. We only have one set of every plane. The helicopter won't be in Motorfest. It's not going to be unlockable. It's in the intro, but it's not unlockable. It's not playable, and it's not there at launch. It's gonna make it a lot harder to get on top of things, right? If you want to land on a building, but no helicopter in Motorfest, which, I don't know. I feel like the helicopter they could have kept, you know? The helicopter would have been fun to still have, but it seems for simplicity's sake, we've just sliced up some birds. So like the helicopter, a spec without a single license, Jet Sprint also won't be making its appearance in Motorfest. Jet Sprint will not be in Motorfest at all. The only boats we will have in that game will be power boats, and they'll just be called boats now. Jet Sprint won't be in Motorfest, which kind of makes sense. Like, Jet Sprint is for a very specific type of boat racing, and there just isn't that much water in Motorfest to have Jet Sprint boats, right? Like, there's really specific kind of tracks you need for Jet Sprint boats, and you're not gonna get them. Look, people complain about Jet Sprint, but when you actually get used to it, it's kind of a fun mode. So, am I gonna miss Jet Sprint? Maybe just a little, maybe a little, you know. It sucks to have it removed, but yeah, it's the fact that we don't have it anymore is unfortunate. But then again, it was also an entire spec without a single real-world license. And next, the last of the 3 specs to not be making its appearance in Motorfest is Jet Sprint. Jet Sprint won't be coming into Motorfest because, again, maybe we could have had Jet Sprint, right? Sorry. Was I saying Jet Sprint this whole time? And the last on the list of cars not coming into Motorfest, or well, entire specs not coming into Motorfest, is Jet Sprint. Jet Sprint is not going to be in Motorfest because I feel like we could... Did I say Jet Sprint again? And Hovercraft is the last on the list of
it's
entire...
It's not a cheap shot to ram you if you're driving an airbag. Just saying.
I lost my train of thought. And Hovercraft...
You're a leaf on the wind.
And Hovercraft is the last on the list of entire specs that won't be included in Motorfest. Of course, with the helicopter, with Jet Sprint, this entire spec won't be in the game. And yes, it is also another one without a single licensed vehicle. All of them are proto, just like Jet Sprint, just like helicopter. Some people mentioned Demolition Derby. Demolition Derby has a Dodge. They've got one Dodge. And also, they use that for Demo Royale. But with Hovercraft, I really feel like we could have gone it, you know. Jet Sprint almost makes sense because there wouldn't be enough areas where a Jet Sprint race could work. But with Hovercraft, you know, I feel like Hovercraft works everywhere, you know. I just, whatever though, I guess. I feel like people aren't really that upset about no Hovercraft. There's a lot of people who are avid Hovercraft haters, so I don't believe people are that upset. Also, I can't imagine the, like, wheel hovercraft would have been very fun. So, with 5 in hovercraft, 5 in jet sprint, and the 1 helicopter, that's 11 vehicles now, with a total of 14 not being in Motorfest. And finally, the actual worst one. Look, entire specs suck. They suck that we're not getting entire specs in Motorfest, but the absolute worst one to not be coming into Motorfest is 3 whole brands. But there's a bit of hope when it comes to these 3 brands. But yeah, 3 entire brands, including the one you're looking at right now, will not be in Motorfest. G-Dop, thank you so much for the 21 months of member, which is wild. Oh my god, I completely forgot. No, you're right. I completely forgot. That's what I was missing. So, aerobatics will no longer exist. Aerobatics won't be in the game anymore because aerobatics is now being combined with air race. You'll only have one version of every plane. Every plane, only one version. So, because aerobatics is being gotten rid of, that is a total of 10 planes we will not see in Motorfest. Or is it 9? I think it's 9. So that brings our total up to, like, what, 23? And honestly, that's probably one of the best ones. That right there is the best one. Thank God we don't have aerobatic and we just have one form of planes now. Easily the best. Yeah, aerobatics will be sorely missed by about 4 people. But yes, one of the more sad ones to go is all of the 3 licenses in the Crew 2 owned by Stellantis Italy. Now, this isn't Stellantis as a whole, because Stellantis own Dodge, but Dodge is still going to be in the game. It's only the Italian manufacturers of Stellantis. Even though we literally just got a brand new Alfa Romeo, this thing with lizard headlights, we're not gonna be seeing it in the Crew Motorfest at launch, at least. And the exact same goes for the Quadrifoglio, the other, like, actually kind of cool Alfa Romeo that we have in the game. Will not be in the game anymore. Not in Motorfest, at least. Not at launch. In total, for Alfa Romeo alone, we lose 6 cars. Those being all the ones you can see here. The 4C, the 8C, the Giulia Outclassed, and the 4C Serpentine. And another pretty iconic car brand is also under Stellantis Italy, and that's a Abarth. Abarth being basically the go-to monster truck. If you ever wanted a monster truck in the game, you would go for the Abarth 500. Sure, the other ones are cool, but the Abarth 500 was the monster truck, you know, the one everyone used to use for followers grinding as well. The one everyone is currently using for normal, nothing out of the ordinary followers grinding. But 4 licenses in the form of Abarth are also gonna be gone. That being this thing, the street version of this thing, and then the 124 Spider, and the 124 Spider in Rallycross. So this thing and this thing, both of those will not be in Motorfest at launch. All these nice Italian cars gone. Was it a good trade losing these for old Toyotas? Damn. But yes, Lancia is the last on that list of Stellantis Italy brands. But like I said, there's something about this one, because Stellantis Italy had already been pulling out of racing games. They'd already pulled out of Forza. They weren't in Forza Horizon 5 at launch. And Test Drive Unlimited has been in development for so long that we do see Stellantis Italy in Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, but we don't see them in Forza Horizon 5 until very recently. Stellantis Italy is returning to Forza Horizon 5. And the fact that they're in Test Drive Solar Crown as well makes me think that they went through a little dry period where they decided, hey, we don't want to be in racing games anymore, but they're over that. It looks like they're over that. Thankfully, boys, thankfully, it seems like Stellantis Italy is returning to racing games. So, fingers crossed that means that cool cars like the Hoodlum Racing Edition of the Delta and the Rally 037, hopefully that means that cars like these we do end up seeing in the end, because these are really cool cars, man. I like them. They're really cool. And I imagine to smooth it over, they'll do like a full playlist for Stellantis Italy, so that Stellantis Italy will like them more. But that's 5 more vehicles, and in total, it is 37 cars. 2 MV bikes, 1 aeroboat to bring it to 3, 5 jet sprint boats to bring it to 8, 5 hovercrafts to bring it to 13, 1 helicopter to bring it to 14, 9 aerobatics planes to bring it to 23, and I must have counted wrong because now 15 Lancias, Alfa Romeos, and Abarths, bringing the total to 38 cars not in Motorfest at launch. Could we see these return? Maybe the Stellantis Italy ones. I don't think they'll add jet sprint. I don't think they'll add hovercraft. I don't think they'll add the helicopter. It's just too much to add a new spec. Seems like they're just going for the ones they have and prioritizing those. But I do think we're very likely to see Stellantis Italy return. We could see MV return. Do I care if Aeroboat returns? Sure. But I hope they don't make a big deal out of it. But if you count the 3 Summit cars I don't own, even with these minus 38 cars not transferring, we have 530, essentially 541 vehicles in total on top of that list that I showed at the beginning of the video. And that list is not final. There's still more cars to be revealed that aren't in the Crew 2 that will be in the Crew Motorfest. So even still, even though all of that, you know what? The car list is still pretty banging. Thank you to popular members, a special thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to star members, Danimal the Manimal and Grim Pepper, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members, Bad at Games 02 and Liam2 Drip. I'm gonna keep streaming, so check out the live streams, but that's about it for the video in a bit.